Hello everyone, and welcome to Caroline's Craft Tree. Welcome to a Thrifty Canucks and a Thrifty Thursday video. If you're not sure what those are, there is information in the description box. So let's get started on this stuff. There is some number 30 crochet cotton in a nice variegated orange. I use this for my little mini dresses, button flowers, etc. And yeah, I didn't have this color, so that was nice. There is these. Now this is a game. I originally thought that it was playing cards, but they are, it's some kind of card game. One box has the rules and a little score pad, etc. And then the cards all have different people on it. I thought they were really, really cool. I think they will be really fun to put in journals. But every card is different, so that's fun. So I'll probably end up putting some of those in the shop because it's more than what I would need. So let's put those back in the box and set them aside. We have these here. Now they are for a game. On the back it says Hoyle, so I know they make different games. I have no idea what kind of game it is for. But I just really like the little bird on the front. They're all the same. But that's going to make such a cute little journaling card for in a journal. So I grabbed those. We have these playing cards with these cool ships on them. And I thought that would make a really good for in an ocean mermaid theme journal. So... and I will also be sharing some of those either in my shop, Happy Mail, etc. There is some of this wildfire. It's a beading thread, and there was some tassels that I wanted to make, so this will be perfect for that. There's this really cool scarf. This was $2.99 from Value Village. And very neutral colors. There's some sparkle in amongst the flowers. But all the flowers are kind of all on their own. So I'll be able to cut them out really, really easy. And I like the fact that it's a very neutral color. It's about 2 feet wide and about a yard long, and the whole scarf is like that with different types of flowers. And then there's a fringe at the end, which I'm sure I could probably use for something, but I like that. Now I don't normally buy paper because I have lots, but this is it's not super thick. It's really, really tough. Like it feels really strong. And you can see the wonderful colors that there was in there. And I really like using the Tim Holtz like wildflower die cuts. And I thought this would be really good paper for that because it's strong, but it's not really thick. So there's all that, and there's a lot there. And I like the colors of all that. Now this was very interesting. Or I thought it was really interesting. Now, as you can see, it's Chinese, I presume. They've got a book here. I haven't actually looked at these. But I think it's for teaching you to write Chinese. And I just thought that it would be really, really cool. So there's these sheets here. Just pull one out. It's a very, almost tracing paper like. And these ones just have the squares because I presume that you practice writing in there. But, hold on. There is these big books. Now they're probably 2 feet by a good foot. But inside are a bunch of papers like this where you practice. And then they've got this here. Now I have no idea what it says. But then down here it's got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost like a paint by number, which is, I presume, where you're supposed to start. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But I kind of thought they were cool. The pages are really big that you could use them for so many different things. So if anybody actually knows, is this to learn Chinese? Yeah, if anybody knows what some of this writing is, I would love to know. But there's 2 books like that. There's that one, and then there's this one. Some of the writing looks the same. This looks the same, but this looks different. So, not really sure, but they're the same inside. And this is a nice paper. But yeah, I really like that. I don't normally find stuff like this, but I thought it was really, really cool. And like I say, this here is almost like tracing paper. You can see how easily you can see through that. So that's going to be fun to use. And there's quite a few sheets of that. There's probably, I'm going to guess, 100 sheets of this stuff. So yeah, that is fun. I like that. Move it off to the side. Then there is a package of doilies, paper doilies. Can never go wrong with paper doilies. And I quite often see the same kinds all the time, so I don't buy them because I have quite a few. But these ones are actually different than any of the other ones I've gotten. And I love paper doilies. There's a whole bunch of these ones here, which are quite a nice pattern. Quite, they're almost like they're tea-dyed. This one here, if you look, there's even some bunch of stains on it, which is okay with me. But those are really nice. I like those. You can see the difference in the color of them. But yeah, I like the fact that they were different than the other ones I have found, or that I have. So those will get added to my collection. There is this here. Now it came packaged. This was in Value Village. It's got this little ribbon on it. And I didn't even open it up yet. And I have no idea what it is, but I know there's 5 sheets of whatever it is in here. But I got it because I love lilacs. I love purple. And I couldn't go wrong. I was kind of thinking it might be wallpaper, but it's not. So it just looks like big sheets of paper with these beautiful, beautiful purple lilacs on it. There's like a little piece of glue or something there. I'll try and get that off later. But it's quite, it's not cardstock, but it's way better than paper. The back is just white. So those are really cool. Could cut them out or cut pages out of them. So I just love those. Those will be fun. Kind of rolling back up again. Then I got 4 bags of assorted lace. I guess you don't need to see my post-it note. I haven't even opened these up. They had quite a few other bags of this, but there was nothing in the bag that really caught my eye. In these ones, there was something that I thought, ooh, yeah. Some of it I know I won't use, like this here. I don't do much with red, but it is kind of cool for somebody that really likes to do blingy stuff. It's almost a stretchy. No, there's that. There is this gold. I have had trim like this before. And then some more of this heavy, I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of a rusty color. Be good on the spine of a journal, actually. There's this, which is still in the package. It was $1.99 from Zellers. We haven't had Zellers here for a long time, but it's kind of a cute trim. A little bit thick, but cute. There is this here. This was obviously cut off of something, but that's actually kind of cool. Might even be able to take it off. It is stitched, so it could almost take this crocheting stuff off. There's a piece here that actually has been taken off. It's got some cuts in it, but that's nice. I like that. This was actually one of the things that caught my eye, but I wasn't sure what it was, so there's that. Some blue and white trim. It's probably not something I would use, but it's kind of cool. There is this here. It almost looks like beads, but it's not. But that's kind of, I like that. Something a little different. Have to fix up the ends because, of course, wherever it's cut is kind of weird. But they also come apart, so you could use those singly on something. So that's kind of cool. There is this ribbon here that has beads stitched to it, which is quite nice. I like that, actually. And could be a possibility to do to our own lace, is put some of those string beads on there. There is another piece. None of these pieces are huge, but there's a few feet of each. This one has like almost like a rope type thing in the middle. There. This is really heavy because of all this in the middle. So that's quite a nice bling. Put on there, it's like clamped together from the back to the front, so it's not like a cheap dollar store product, this one, so that's quite nice. Probably a good yard or two in there. So, and it looks like somebody's cut some apart, so there's only half little pieces, so that's interesting. Some sequins on a thread. I might use that. I'm not too big on bling bling, but I love looking at it, but I don't use it much in my journals. There is a little piece of this, probably only a foot or so of that. That'd go good on the spine of a journal as well. There is this here, which is a crocheted lace of some kind. Actually, it's sewn together, however they've made it, but it's kind of cool design. And this is what really caught my eye in this one. This is really, really nice. Be able to cut it apart, use the flowers, use it in a strip. You got those nice big leaves, etc. It is stained up, but that's okay. But yeah, I like that. Like I say, that's what caught my eye in that bag, as well as other things. It wasn't just that, but that was what made me decide to actually buy it. These were like $3.99 each. The one was only $1.99. And then by the time you get a discount on that. But this had quite a few things that I liked in it. That one there's pretty frayed up at the end, but that's similar to what was in that other bag. So there's that. There is some of this in a narrow white. See if I can find one that's flat. It's kind of curly. And like that. So that's a nice trim. Oh, I guess it goes like that. So that's nice. Quite a bit of that. 2-3 meters of that. There is this here crocheted. I'm going to say this was hand done. This one. So it's a nice tan color. So that's nice. There is some of this. I've had this before in different colors, and it's actually kind of fun to use. More sequin stuff, which again I don't usually use, but you never know. This is kind of a nice coppery color and kind of just a zigzag pattern, so quite a bit of that as well. Some bigger beads. These would go good on a cover or something for a little bit of extra decoration. There is this round cord. There's probably enough there to make a little bit of a tie for a journal. It's about the only thing I would use this for would be a tie. And then there is some black and silver. It's on like a little scarf type thing. So again, for some of the boho people out there, this would be good. And there is this piece of ribbon, almost looks like a zipper. That's nice too. Then we've got this piece. I think some of this might take a little bit of work to get it untangled. This looks actually really old. And I don't know if something can feel old, but it feels old. But there's a nice little piece of ribbon or lace. It's quite thick. It's very soft. So that. There is this here. Now I've seen people use this lots. And it's great for cutting apart for little appliques. Because you can just snip in between them. And I have some similar to this, but not in these colors, so that's kind of nice. And there's probably a yard and a half there. There is this one here. Now I have something like this, but it's smaller. And this is actually quite pretty. It's got sequences, but they're not bright in there. That's nice. And this is what did catch my eye in this one and was the deciding factor in buying it. Are these beautiful daisies. These will be so easy to cut apart. be able to dye them different colors, etc. Actually, there's a little pin here, but that's what they look like singly. So those would be really fun. I like those. I really like those. And there is a lot here. So that's good. I like that. This bag here was only $1.99. And I spotted some appliques in it, which was what caught my eye the most and was the deciding factor in getting the bag. Like I say, there was other bags, but nothing in there really caught my eye as much. So I didn't get them. So there's these little hearts, which they're cute. They're cute. They're kind of almost padded, so they'll go nice on the cover of a journal or something. And what's this here? Oh, there's some little cloth doilies, 2 of them in there. They're kind of stiff, but Battenberg white. So those were in there. Now these, I think, are the ones that really caught my eye. And they're like a cameo applique. And I like those. There's 4 of them in here. So those are fun. I like those. Definitely would use those. Put them back in here so I don't lose them, etc. There is some other appliques. It says 2 pieces on the label. Obviously somebody had them labeled, etc. Oh, those are nice. There's actually more than 2 in here. This one here is like for a neckline or something almost. Oh, and that one there too. So those are nice. 2 of them are the same, and then that one's different. Whatever's in this bag. Sorry for the crinkling. And these are for like a collar or a neckline or something. These look like the same, and it looks like there's 6 of them. So those are nice. They would go great on a journal, or I could cut them apart, etc. Another fun item. I don't usually find this type of stuff too much at the thrift stores around here, so this was kind of a nice treat. These are nice. I like those. You can see that there. And there's quite a few. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of those. So those are really nice. I like those. And that's it for the bags of lace. And my last item is just white eyelash trim. Now I find a lot of eyelash trim in the thrift stores here. A lot. And I tend not to buy it because I have so much, and I've sold it in my shop since the very beginning, and I still have it. But I really like the white because I can dye it. And I do have a little video on some stuff that I dyed. And things like distress inks, distress oxides, alcohol inks, watercolor paints, fabric dyes, shimmer mists, all that kind of stuff work really great for dyeing eyelash trim. I tried acrylic paints, but acrylic paints kind of made it go, I was going to say crunchy, but that's not quite, it's not quite crunchy, but it stiffens it up some, so you don't get the nice flow of the eyelash trim, etc. But I grabbed this purely because it was white, and I'm almost out of white. So there's 2 balls of that for $1.99, and then the senior discount on there. Can't go wrong. So that is my thrifty finds for this week. Had a great time finding this stuff. I really enjoy actually going to the thrift store and hunting for goodies and whatnot. I do have to get busy and start using some of this and getting it listed in the shop. So always keep an eye out on the shop. All this kind of stuff, excuse me, will be in the journal supply section, or things like the laces and trims will be under laces and trims. But yeah, lots and lots of goodies this week. Lots and lots of fun. And we will see you soon in another video. Bye.